You said the greatest threat to national security was climate change. Do you still believe that?
Absolutely. In fact, climate change is directly related to the growth of terrorism.
That was Larry David, the day after the Paris attacks, connecting terrorism to climate change. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton acknowledges the San Bernardino attack as a terrorism case, but she's still clinging to her gun control.
We've got to have a strategy to defeat these global terror networks. Now, part of that strategy, I'm just going to say this again, I've been talking about it for the last few days, is to try to prevent terrorists from getting their hands on guns in our country.
Now that this is an official terror investigation, will Democrats keep playing the climate change card and the gun card, or will they come to their senses and admit that they've got all their heads up their collective butts? Don't hold your breath, mainly because it's harmful in the long term anyway. Kennedy. Who's hurt by this? There's no Democrats on this side of the on the correct side of the issue.
No, they were completely wrong, and shame on them, absolutely. Always these events give way to hysteria, and again, you have to check the insensitivity, because Joanne earlier noted that there was a huge gap where everyone was trying to figure out what's going on, pinning it on your political opponent and then losing. That's such a facial disgraceful, and of course, no one takes responsibility for it. And it's, I said this the other day on Outnumbered, but I think all of these events, fortunately, if you're a Donald Trump supporter, or unfortunately, if you're a rational human, I think they play into his hand, and these are all centered in his wheelhouse.
Oh, now, Jillian, this is leading to a theory that I may have come up with or stolen from somebody. When the liberals abdicate their responsibility in a greater war, whether it's against communism or terror, that opens the pathway for other people who could be angrier or sincere or opportunistic to take that place. Does that make sense?
It absolutely does, but that's the nature of politics. That's why some folks like me think that it's...
God love him. The guy says what he thinks, and he didn't say anything that sounded remotely like President Obama or Hillary Clinton.
Nobody has a gun except the bad guys, the scum, they're scum. And nobody has a gun. Nobody can protect themselves. They got lucky that they left. They left because they didn't want to die. It's a whole big hoax. They want to die. They don't want to die. They talk about they want to die. They don't want to die. They're chicken, believe me. They don't want to die. No, they don't want to die.
He's like Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino. Yeah, but I've got to tell you,
best guy ever.
Yeah, Joanne, it's refreshing because people want to hear this because everybody else has abdicated their responsibilities.
Well, and two, it's like the left is fighting faux evil, an idea like climate change versus an actual radicalized religion, terrorists who are carrying this out for their greater cause. And I think that we see in Trump, it's a man who wants to fight real evil, whether or not there's a right way to do that, or if he even knows how to do that, I don't know. But we like to hear that after something like this.
It's, you know what it is? He might not be the right man for the job, but it's the right moment to hear those words because everybody's thirsting to hear those words. Kat, last word to you. Who has the best chance to defeat this threat?
Look, I don't know. Obviously, none of us know. I agree with you in terms of what Trump is saying being important. And for a different reason that hasn't really been brought up is that he calls them scum. He says that we can't be treating them, talking about them like they're these huge masterminds and these powerful, it makes them feel more cool. I'm sure it does. I think we need to be calling them losers. I think we need to be saying they're weak, that they're cowards, that we make sure that we don't make them feel like they're awesome.
All right, we're going to be back with some closing thoughts after this. Stay.